Hello everyone, in this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Shahbaz Gill to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Shahbaz Gill's words. The most important news today begins with the anti-terrorism court in Sargodha, where 32 workers and leaders of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, or PTI, have been sentenced to 10 years in prison each. These cases were related to the events of May 9th. Among those convicted are our former MNA Ahmad Chattha and former MNA Bilal Ijaz. They had become MNAs through Form 45 but had their seats taken away from them after taking the oath. Along with them is Ahmad Khan Bachar, who is the leader of the opposition in the Punjab Assembly. All of these individuals, as well as 32 PTI workers in total, have been sentenced to 10 years in jail. Let's first present some facts, and then we'll explain why these sentences are being given at this particular time, what benefit the Field Marshal seeks from this, what he wants to achieve, and then some other major important news we need to share with you. First, the incident was recorded in Mianwali related to the May 9th events, and the case was registered at most likely the Musakel police station. When the trial was underway, the main person named in the FIR was Tariq Thekadar. It was said that Tariq Thekadar was the person who brought the Vigo vehicle, gathered people, incited them, provoked them, and carried out the entire attack. Later, Tariq Thekadar held a press conference and declared that he no longer had any association with PTI and pledged allegiance to the Field Marshal. After his press conference, the main accused in the fire was let go respectfully, and to this day, no action has been taken against him. However, the rest of the people who, according to the fire, were involved with him in the crime were each sentenced to 10 years. No distinction was made between who set fire, who damaged property, who injured someone, who attacked, or who just stood there doing nothing. Everyone received 10 years punishment without any differentiation. Now, why was the sentence specifically 10 years so that they can neither get bail nor have their sentences suspended? If the sentence is up to 7 years, bail is easier to obtain and suspension of the sentence is possible too. When the sentence is above 7 years, then neither bail is granted easily nor suspension happens quickly. Generally, in the regular system, you must spend at least 2 to 3 years in prison before anything can move forward. This is the situation that has been created today. As I mentioned earlier, Ahmad Khan Bachar, the opposition leader in the Punjab Assembly, has also been sentenced. Alongside him, Ahmad Chattha and Bilal Ijaz as well. The purpose of all this is firstly to instill fear and terror because the Field Marshal's hunger for power is still not satisfied. He wants to capture even more. Secondly, the objective is that when the seats of Ahmad Chattha or Ahmad Khan Bachar become vacant, elections will be held, and after elections these seats will be handed over to PMLN. As we've previously explained, a method has been devised to give PMLN a simple majority and somehow keep the People's Party in the opposition or on the sidelines, while making PMLN entirely independent and also removing its current leadership, while pushing PTI completely against the wall. Alternatively, this very assembly could be extended for another 5 years, or even till 2033, 2034, 2035, wherever the Field Marshal's heart desires, and he could be made the head of state. These sentences are being handed down to implement this entire plan, which we've now detailed for you. Another important angle in this story is Judge Naeem Sheikh, who gave these sentences. He was not the original judge hearing this case. Before him, the judge was Muhammad Abbas. Remember, it was the same Judge Muhammad Abbas who was hearing this very case in the same court when he was taken hostage inside his courtroom by ISI and other intelligence agencies of Pakistan. Remember, Judge Muhammad Abbas wrote a letter to then Chief Justice of Lahore High Court, Justice Shahzad Malik, in which he stated that he was being pressured and forced to decide the case in a particular way. He was told not to grant bail to anyone and to issue sentences. Judge Abbas was granting bail because he believed the cases warranted it. First, in Bahawalpur, at either his ancestral home or a relative's home, the gas meter was broken. Fake bail requests were filed against him and he was harassed. When that didn't work, gunfire was opened on his court in Sargodha. The transformer was shot and destroyed. Then he was taken hostage inside his courtroom. Even that failed and he granted bail. That same evening, his court staff was forcibly abducted from their homes and told to write statements that no such judgment had been issued that day. Justice Shahzad Malik took strict notice of the matter and reacted strongly. As a result, Justice Shahzad Malik was forced out of Lahore High Court, and a junior judge, Justice Ayelia Neelam, was appointed as Chief Justice of Lahore High Court in his place. These are all the operations that were carried out, and perhaps that's exactly why Judge Naeem Sheikh was brought in, to deliver what Judge Muhammad Abbas would not. Similarly, in Lahore, another case is reaching its final stage. This case is related to speeches made on the Sharif Bridge, where some of our leaders made strong speeches. It is now being alleged that due to these speeches, people were incited and provoked to attack the Corps Commander's house. The key accused in this case are Shah Mahmud Qureshi, Yasmin Rashid Mian Mahmud al-Rashid, Ijaz Chaudhry, and Omar Sarfraz Chima. There are a total of about 14 individuals in this case who are expected to be sentenced as well. It is widely expected that the sentencing will take place either later tonight or tomorrow morning, either late tonight or sometime tomorrow during the day. Police have already been deployed at Kot Lakhpat jail in anticipation. Those who were previously out on bail have already been stopped inside the prison because police already know they will be sentenced, so they are not being allowed to leave. If these individuals also receive 10-year sentences, it will clearly mean that the Field Marshal does not want any of them to be granted bail. As I told you earlier, if the sentence is up to 7 years, then bail and suspension are relatively easier. When the sentence exceeds 7 years, then the individual generally has to spend a long time in prison before seeking any relief through bail or suspension. Fawad Chaudhry also submitted applications for acquittal in 4 May 9th cases. A hearing was held on those applications, but the 2-member bench of the High Court declared the petitions non-maintainable and dismissed them. They said, "Go to the trial court." This is also astonishing. Fawad Chaudhry has already left the party. He has posted anti-PTI tweets. He has distanced himself from everything. Yet, Chaudhry Nizam-Din is not letting him go either. What they still want from him is beyond our understanding. As you said, at least he tried to do what he could, because you've left no space for politicians to do politics anymore. Most of the people who couldn't bear this fascism have stepped aside, including Fawad Chaudhry. But even he is not being spared. He is now also being sentenced in these cases. And the only objective is to create an atmosphere of fear and terror, and through that fear, fulfill the ultimate goal of making the Field Marshal the head of state. The next news is very tragic and is from Islamabad, specifically from DHA Phase 5. A retired colonel was driving with his daughter when this incident happened. Both father and daughter were inside the car when it got stuck in a rainwater drain and was swept away by the water. Rescue teams have been trying to locate them for hours now, but there's no sign of the vehicle. The water level was so high that either the car has sunk or it was carried away far from the site. Neither the car nor the father and daughter have been found yet. There's been no success in locating their bodies, whether alive or dead. Helicopters and boats are also being used. Rescue teams are making every effort in and around that seasonal drain near Phase 5. But just look at the injustice. We've been telling you before what Captain Imran Durrani also pointed out. There's a book from 1965, another from 1971, and they talk about accountability, strict accountability. This is what they call strict accountability, when you occupy land around rain drains and build entire DHA sectors and no one holds you accountable. So tell me, won't tragedies like this happen? This is such an unfortunate accident. One can only imagine what the family must be going through, but is no one responsible? Those who grabbed the land and built entire housing societies on riverbeds and rain drains, no one questions them, no one punishes them. Imran Durrani simply walked away after claiming there is accountability. But if there were any real accountability, these things wouldn't have happened the way they are happening now. This isn't the only case. On the other side, the NDMA general, we told you before, I think his name is General Inam, he is completely missing. How many people have died so far? 221 people. 221 lives have been lost due to these rains and disasters, and 592 people have been injured. This is according to a statement issued by the NDMA. You haven't seen them actually doing any work, but at least they are counting the dead. Well, thank you for that. At least you're counting the bodies. You're not stopping the disaster from turning the living into corpses, but at least you're counting the corpses. If you didn't even do that, then who would hold you accountable? In Punjab, 135 people have died. In Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, 46. In Sindh, 22. In Balochistan, 16. And in other regions too. These numbers are released by the NDMA. Thank you, General Inam Sahib, for at least releasing the numbers. If you hadn't, and were just playing golf, no one would have questioned you. All right, next news. Alima Khanum held a press talk outside Adiala jail today. Today, Imran Khan was not allowed to meet his sisters. Neither Alima Khanum nor the other two sisters were allowed inside. No lawyers were allowed in either, except for one, and only Bushra Bibi's family was allowed in, who met with Bushra Bibi, and Imran Khan was also present. He sent a message outside saying the cell in which he is being kept is like an oven. It's so hot, it's unbearable to stay in. I am a human being, he said, and the temperature at which I am kept is not fit for human beings. He also gave the example of Nigeria, a country with abundant resources and the fifth largest oil reserves in the world, yet still one of the poorest countries. And the reason is, there's no rule of law. The criminals are in charge. Today, he said something new. He said this is an alliance of thieves and fools. Now, of course, the thieves are referring to Zardari and the Sharif family, and you can figure out who the fools are. Imran Khan said this alliance of thieves and fools is sinking Pakistan. Bushra Bibi's family also stated that the oppression on both her and Imran Khan has increased. They have been fully isolated, the fan in his cell is turned off, they are being pressured in every way to break. The purpose is to make him submit, just like the field marshal outside has conquered everything. Now he wants to break Imran Khan's will, pride and determination, to capture it. Then he wants to rule for a long time as head of state, because if Imran Khan were to make a deal, his popularity among the public would take a hit. And the field marshal knows this. He knows that if Khan bows down, people will believe that even the strongest leader isn't truly strong. That's the ultimate goal of every field marshal or army chief that comes into power, to make the public believe that political leaders are incompetent, cowardly, immoral, unpatriotic, and agents of foreign powers like RAW and CIA. This narrative is created so that people lose faith in political leaders and turn back to the establishment. That's the effort still going on today. Alima Khanum also said Imran Khan's sons will be the first to try to meet him. Regarding PTI's plans for August 5th, she said they are unaware. The entire focus is on preparing Imran Khan's case for the Supreme Court. That was the crux of her statement. The torture and pressure on Imran Khan is being intensified to break him. Next, news from Lahore. PTI has submitted a request to the Deputy Commissioner for a rally at Minar-e-Pakistan on August 5th. Of course, permission won't be granted, but it's good that they've completed the formality. Now the DC will start delaying, asking for affidavits, and finally reject the request. If they go to the High Court, even there the judges will just issue verbal statements. They too have gone fully neutral now. No one listens to them either. And if they give a judgment, they fear being targeted. As we recently told you, how Judge Muhammad Abbas was taken hostage in his courtroom, how shots were fired at his court, all judges are afraid now. Let's see what happens in Lahore. Next, tragic news from the Tank district in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. A drone strike has killed a 6-year-old child. 2 children were killed in this drone strike. Since March, there have been 6 such attacks, killing 18 civilians and injuring 35. Imran Khan has repeatedly said from jail that furs should be filed against these illegal drone strikes, but not a single fur has been registered. Our government is in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Innocent children are being martyred in drone strikes, and Imran Khan's stance is not new. You'll remember in 2011 to 2014 he protested against drones, held long marches, even went to Waziristan and Tank. He believes these attacks violate international laws. Now, when asked, some of our institutions say we didn't do it, the Taliban did. Taliban say we didn't do it. Whoever did it, it was wrong. Killing innocent civilians is wrong. Furs should be filed so investigations can identify the actual perpetrators. But no one is listening. Next news, the CCCCD, a new department created under the police to counter crime, is conducting fake police encounters. Yesterday, we told you they killed 4 people in encounters in Lahore. Today we have news from Chakwal, where 2 alleged suspects were killed in a CCCD encounter. In Sarai Alamgir, 2 civilians were killed in another CCCD encounter. In Faisalabad, 1 civilian was killed, and in all 3 cases, not a single police officer was injured. A petition has been filed in Lahore High Court, where Justice Alia Neelam has summoned the IG. She said suspects are being killed in police custody and bullets are so smart they only hit suspects, never police officers or police vehicles. It's clear to everyone this is extrajudicial killing. This is being done on Mariam Nawaz's orders. She formed this CCCD unit. And while for now they're eliminating alleged criminals, in the coming days they will use the same unit to eliminate political opponents. These are extrajudicial killings, a dark stain, but police are being used like a death squad, like an assassination squad. People have been placed in this department specifically for these tasks. Let's see where this goes. That wraps up our translation of Shahbaz Gill's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.